This is a chart of Ecolab. Looks to me like it's prepping for a breakout pretty soon. RSI is pretty high. Hello, Tommy.
Hello, Daryl. How are you today?
So what do you think about how do we expand the size of this screen here?
Well, I think if you're going to do it like this, where you take a snapshot, you probably go up there into the...
It's not a snapshot. This is actually a live. I'm actually live in the program. What you see here, this is one monitor by itself.
Okay. But that, but what's the program? You're in Paint right now, aren't you?
Yeah, just basic paint.
Yeah, so that picture's in Paint, so that's what I'm saying, is seeing if you can make that picture cover all of the paint. Right there. You can zoom that out or whatever, if that makes sense. Right there, 100%.
It didn't help.
No, it is not making that full screen. That's what it should, where you hit full screen, that's what it should do. It seems to me. Not that one, the one on over. It says full screen. You're punching it, but it's not doing anything, is it?
Well, it does not fill up my monitor. And it may be the resolution that I'm using.
No, but it's not changing it at all on my screen. When I look at it on the Google Plus or the Google Hangout, there you go. Now it's too big. It has now full screened it, but yet now I'm only seeing.
Yeah, I'm just doing the zoom in, zoom out.
Okay, go out until I tell you to stop. Slowly.
Yeah, it makes too big a jump.
Yep, right there. Can you grab that bottom right corner on the actual picture?
Well, see, that's just going to make the white space bigger.
Okay, it's not going to increase the... Huh. Okay. And one other question I was going to ask is, can you make these private while we're recording them and then they go public, or is it always public? I don't care, I'm just asking.
Well, until we stop the broadcast, there's not going to be a link in my channel yet for it, so...
Okay. Okay, cool. Now that looks better right there. Whatever you just did, that looks a little better. It's you've got it's filling much more of the space. Now it does look like it cut down the space it's showing a little bit, but still the actual chart is much more of the space.
All right, what I've done is what I did was I shrunk MS Paint to just cover. You can see the scroll bars, so maybe that's the solution. That works better.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. The other thought as well is something you might want to think about is to use a slightly bigger chart in stock charts before you take the snapshot. Right down there at the bottom, under there's a resolution.
I don't want to change how I do that.
Okay.
But
I was just checking because I always have mine pretty big down there in case I decide I do want to make it a real long term. But because I think on my stock charts I always use like the 1020 or something of that sort. It's been a long time since I've had to adjust it.
Okay.
I hate how stock charts signs you out now.
It does?
For 8 hours. It did me last night, at least.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 8 hours of non-use, that is. But, let me see what my VAP one is. What are we looking at right now?
Ecolab.
VSECL.
What do you think about this as just a traditional breakout setup? If we wanted to do a video on, how you look for just normal breakout trades, how does this qualify for that?
I think it does, but I think that we might want to put, I use the 1024 size just for grunts and giggles. I think you might want to, we might want to address the difference, or it might be good to address the difference in, and I don't know how you would verbalize this, but in this as almost a secondary breakout that a lot of people don't even necessarily look for, because they're looking for the big one that happened last month. And there are a lot of people that will ignore these, which also have very good potential. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Because, I think a lot of people would have been looking for the break over 112, 111.50, 112. And then I think a lot of people might dismiss it, whereas the opportunity here is still definitely apparent. And actually has a tighter risk parameter from a technical standpoint.
Trying to get it where I still have my tools. So you would do that.
Well, let's see, again, this shows the difference in how we use our charts, Daryl. My chart goes back a good bit further. I always do my daily charts at a year. And I know you have a reason for what you're doing, so I'm not saying to do it differently. But mine always go back a year, and you can see right before yours, back in the February, March area, there was another top right over there.
Well, do we really want to have a discussion on what the right time frame is?
No, we
Because
don't.
you could probably get 10 different opinions, right?
No, we don't at all. That's why I'm saying I know why you do what you do. I'm just saying from what I was just viewing on the chart when I was saying the larger breakout. That was a breakout that actually goes all the way back to March. So no, you don't need to do that. But I'm just big VAP bar there and everything. So here.
Yeah, the weekly is.
Let me see. Can I share my screen as well?
The weekly certainly.
And if I share my screen, how does it share it? Huh.
So do you see that weekly? Does that look pretty decent?
Yeah. I mean, RSI is still below 70 going up. It is hugging that upper Bollinger Band on the way up. Last 4 months have been running the upper Bollinger Band.
Maybe that's one thing, we should decide on before we have a discussion is what's the minimum things that we want turned on.
Here, let me see something. Which button? Screen share. I'm just going to try something.
It's the green arrow. Should be the second one in your.
Okay.